We got some updates for you from last week's show. Francisco Lindor, the penny fiasco from the car mechanic. Welcome to the weekend. Zensky, Nick Karski here with you. Happy Friday, happy weekend. We'll get into that in a little bit, but figured to tease it out a little bit, you know? Got to give the people a little bit of a taste before we get into the heart of the show.
That's what we call a radio tease in the business. Something that'll actually, you would, if we're being honest, if it was a real radio tease, you would have added a little spice, a little flair to it, rather than just saying, hey, we've got an update on Francisco Lindor.
Are you saying I'm not spicy?
I'm saying that, yeah, pretty much. That's kind of where I'm going with that, all right? I'm sorry. I'm being totally... Like, here, this is what we call a radio tease. Let me think of one off the top of my head. The Mets got their $1 million man, and I'll tell you why we love every little bit of it. Ooh, that's a tease. Pretty good, huh? It's like I do this for a living or something.
It's like you do it for a living. Wow. You show off.
How about that? No, how's everything going? It's been an interesting couple of days for a lot of people. Lots of ups and lots of downs. I feel like it's just been a weird start to the month of March. Weird start to the month of April, wherever the hell we are.
Yeah, I mean. Anyway, I don't know. I can't speak today. Apparently,
neither can I.
Good. This is great. It's good that we're on a spoken word podcast. Then, no, dude, I'm doing well. I get the second dose of the vaccine tomorrow, so that's exciting.
It's very, very exciting. I get mine this weekend, and I'm gonna get the juice inside me, be fully vaccinated, and then I'm gonna feel invincible.
You see, I was telling Jenna this today too. Like, I feel like people are like, they're going to run out of like these clinics like the Hulk. They're like just ready to take on the world and like smashing cars. And like, that's not how it works. You need to give it 2 weeks in order for it to be fully kicked in and everything. So like, PSA to anybody who's listening, wait on a little while longer before you go, sing into a crowd of people or something.
Or before I look like a bozo or something, I guess.
Here's what you missed.
Well, this wasn't a headline actually, but I'll throw it in here as a little bit of off the fly. Speaking of a crowd of people, holy crap. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, and let's just continue to rip on the state of Texas. Did you see the images out of the Texas Rangers game yesterday?
I pity the fool.
Yes, I did.
There we go.
I absolutely did. It was absolutely absurd. And it was so ridiculous. And it's just one of those things where it makes me wonder what in the world they're doing. Because they're saying, hey, opening day, everybody come to the ballpark. And then it's like, game number 2, whoa, this is a bad idea. We're going to make sure that people sit in pods and turn people away if we have to. It made no sense to me. And so many people weren't wearing masks either.
It's asinine. Like, the goal of it was to go get people infected so they could go off back in their lives and start, infecting other people. But like, it was just surreal.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was weird.
I don't know. There's no other way to put it. It's nice that Major League Baseball is allowing fans to be back in the stands. It's nice that local and state governments are allowing fans to go back in the stands. Texas deciding they want to go all out and have 40,000 plus people at Globe Life Field for a true opening day because they didn't get to experience that last year. Boo-hoo, cry me a river. Get out of here with that nonsense. Just absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd.
I agree. But, all right, so here's the tease, the follow-up on the tease from our story of last week about the Georgia man who was paid paid with 91,000 greased pennies. He was saved from his, ready for this, a conundrum. He was saved from his conundrum by Coinstar. The friendly green machine. the friendly green machine you see in your local supermarket.
Yeah. What happened?
So they obviously heard about this and basically came to his rescue to say, like, do you really need 91,000 pennies? Pfft, we'll give you some cash for those coins, like we do with everybody else. So it says here, the Washington State-based Coinstar, known for its national network of 18,000 coin counting machines, swooped in to pick up the oily, dirty pennies that had been dumped into this guy's driveway. And they said the company said they'll clean the pennies and return them into circulation. So they basically took the pennies, gave him the cash, said, have a nice day, and they got some nice publicity for it.
I was going to say, that's a hell of a publicity move for them.
Right?
I didn't realize that this was just left on the guy's, you said driveway? Or am I losing?
No, you're right.
I had no idea. See, I was not anticipating that. So that's a follow-up tidbit that I had no idea about. Look, this story just continues to get more and more bizarre. Pretty soon this guy's going to be on the Today Show, and then, NBC's going to say, well, here we go. Or no, he's going to be on Ellen, right? That's the go-to spot. He's going to end up being on the Ellen Show, and then she's going to say, well, guess what? We're going to give you a trip to Universal Studios just because, right, to make this guy feel better.
Yeah, and to not only, and this makes it only better that they not only gave him $1,000 in cash, which is what it equates to, they also donated $1,000 to 2 local charities of his choice.
All right, that's
a nice
cool.
move. The Coinstar CEO, Jim Garrity, said in the statement, Coinstar has been in the coin business for 30 years, and we process approximately 41 billion coins annually. So picking up 91,000 pennies was all in a day's work. Good for you, Coinstar.
I got nothing with that story anymore.
It's a good one. It's a feel-good story to start to get the show
like
going.
That.
Here's another feel-good one for you. So there's this guy, Dan Muchow, Muchow, has always had a lifelong dream for being the first person to run from Disneyland to Walt Disney World.
Wow.
And he just completed his goal.
He did it?
He did it.
He did it already.
59 years old, from Plano, Texas, ran 2,761 miles.
Good for him, man.
2,761 miles. Give him a round of applause.
Yeah, that's wild. Good for him.
He is a type 1 diabetic, and he had this idea to inspire others about the to basically bring awareness to the disease and to inspire others to walk, run, or ride with him.
Yeah.
He said he never considered quitting even once. He wants every single person with type 1 diabetes to see that they could still dream big despite the very real 24/7 challenges and risks involved in balancing insulin, blood glucose, food, and activity. So he was working on it, then he decided to pause it in October of last year during the pandemic, and basically got back to doing it, and arrived recently at Walt Disney World, where he was met by cast members, and they took him into the park, brought him on his favorite ride, It's a Small World, and he completed his goal. And if that's not inspiring, I don't know what is.
That's feel good. That's good. He went from the bad park to the good park. Good for him.
Well, okay, hold on. Hold on.
What happened?
What are you? Disneyland's not bad.
He went from the good park to the better park.
The smaller park to the larger park.
Yeah, something like that. No, that's cool. I've always appreciated people who take initiatives to better society and make a statement, if you will. And for a guy, I mean, it's one thing, you always hear the same stories about people biking or running across the country or going from this state to the other and yada, yada, yada. But to go from one magical kingdom to another magical kingdom, that's unique, and that's different, and that's impressive. And I hope he gets free admission for life, because he deserves it, and he gives Disney a little bit of publicity too.
He really should. Wholeheartedly agree. Good for you. Good for you, Don. Don Muchow. I feel bad I'm not pronouncing his name right, but
Don.
He gets the accolades. Anyway, okay. Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson.
I love
I do
Kelly
too.
Clarkson.
She's so talented. And, I'm glad she's like keeping herself relevant with her talk show, and she's on The Voice, right? She's a coach on The Voice. But she'll always go down as being the first winner of American Idol, right? She has obviously her radio hits on top of that in her catalog, but she's also very well known for her covers, right? She's covered Lady Gaga. She's covered The Clash.
And she does a lot of this on her show, too.
Right. So, but we just found out recently that there's one song that she thinks is an untouchable song for her to cover. Do you have any idea what it is?
It's got to be Whitney, right?
No.
No?
No,
I Will Always Love You.
I thought that too.
Is it something by Aretha?
No. It's not a female artist, actually.
Okay. Is it... I don't want to do this whole guessing game because it's just going to make the segment really boring. Is it a band or is it a single artist?
It's a single artist from the last 10 years. Also, the song is not in English.
Gangnam Style?
No, it's Despacito.
Okay, all right. I don't...
She said...
Why
why
is this?
She said Despacito is untouchable. She apparently was with Luis Fonsi, who is the lead artist on the song, along with Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
And I can't see here if it's on her show or elsewhere, but she basically said, I just realized something. You have the one song in history I'm afraid to cover, Despacito. And I've practiced so hard because I love singing Spanish or in just different languages. It is a lot of lyrics. It's wordy for me. And like the biggest song of all time, I'm kind of like, you know what? I'm going to leave that alone, she said. So she's afraid to cover it.
Is it really that big of a challenge and that big of a song to do? To me, there's like, I'm expecting one of these legendary, women who just belt out songs. Like we're talking Aretha or Ella Fitzgerald or Whitney or somebody
Diana
along
Ross.
those lines. Yeah, sure, why not? Just one of those big time sort of artists. I wasn't expecting Despacito.
I wasn't either, but
in what world?
I mean, listen, like it's a great song. Like it was the biggest song for whatever the year was that it came out. I can't remember, but it's huge. So I mean, I guess she's putting the song itself in an untouchable category. But yeah, I would agree with you. Like I thought it would be. I mean, she's covered Lady Gaga. You could easily put Lady Gaga into some of those female like belting singers categories. She's such a powerful voice,
Oh yeah.
But I guess we won't hear her covering Luis Fonsi anytime soon.
That's kind of disappointing because that's what I was really hoping for at some point. I was just hoping to hear her cover that song. Right.
Sure you are.
Oh, Kelly.
Yeah. Over to another artist who is, I hate to say it, but a little irrelevant right now. will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas, founding member of the Black Eyed Peas.
God, where are we going to go with this?
Oh, boy, just you wait. How much money would you pay for a face mask?
For a face mask?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, or do I don't even know if I care.
Would you pay $299 for a face mask that will.i.am helped to create?
If it was used by somebody super uber famous or important, I've been known to buy some stupid memorabilia before, like the bass that's directly behind me from Bernie Williams' day, and it's autographed by him.
So you probably won't be in the market for this then.
Okay.
But it's a partnership between will.i.am and Honeywell, the manufacturer of you name it, right?
Yeah.
They're making this thing called the Zuper mask. I guess you pronounce it Xupermask,
Zuper
which
mask.
is a awful name to begin with, right? It's $299 and it's a high-tech face mask. Basically, and I just sent you the link so you can see this for yourself. It has features like LED lights, 3-speed fans, and noise-canceling headphones.
This looks like something I would suffocate in.
Right? It is the complete counter to what you would think a face mask is. It is this big, bulky plastic and fabric contraption that is sitting on your face. And who could say it's actually much safer than the 2-cent surgical mask that you get to wear, or the dollar face mask from Target? They're touting this because it also has a Honeywell HEPA filter in it.
Whoa. So this is all done for like the protection side of things? I thought this was him doing it just to make just like a fashionable look, much like people wear shoes, much like people wear jewelry and stuff like that.
It's both.
This is bizarre, man.
It's both. It's the protection and it's the fashion. So they basically took Honeywell from the protection end of things, will.i.am, I guess, from the fashion end of things, depending on who you ask and what style you go for. And they basically took the idea and crammed it together, and you get this Zuper mask.
Wow.
It says the mask also aims to make breathing through a covering easy. That's where John Waldron and his team at Honeywell come in to supply HEPA filters.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, me too. Exactly.
But like looking at this thing, how do you breathe easy through that? Like
know.
It doesn't.
It looks like one of those masks that some people use when they're training in athletics nowadays. They wear these big bulky masks, and it kind of just, I think it like reads their breathing patterns or takes some sort of sensory something or other. I don't know. It's way too deep for me, but that's what this looks like, and this looks really stupid.
It does.
Sorry.
So I'm a lot of other things you could spend $300 on, and keep to rapping. will.i.am.
He's trying his best.
Boom, boom, pow.
Trying his best at everything. Is that all for the headlines?
That's all for the headlines.
You forgot a headline.
No, not this again.
What?
Because the last time you said that, you put me on the spot. You asked me to be your best man.
Hey,
and I'm
you want to be at my wedding?
I'm completely grateful for it, but you're just calling more audibles on me.
No. Well, first of all, we kind of celebrated opening day a little bit, just baseball's return last week. It took a while for your New York Mets to actually play a baseball game because they were dealing with the opposition, and COVID-19 struck the Washington Nationals, so that entire series got postponed. But the Mets opened up the season. Jacob deGrom looked like an absolute ace out there, like he was going to win another NL Cy Young Award, and then the bullpen just like they always do. Zensky.
Classic Mets fashion.
Wow.
It said, Twitter was on its game last night, and Steve Gelb said he was ready to start his first tweet saying that Jake threw 110 miles an hour. So he says, okay, I'll have to settle for 99. But regardless, they said the midseason Mets are out in game one.
Full force. Yeah.
It's
pretty sad. But you've got to be happy because we were talking about it during last week's show. About a possible deal for Francisco Lindor to stay for the foreseeable future with the New York Mets, and we were uncertain if the deal was going to happen. There was a little bit of they said, he said, they said, he said going on, and lo and behold, basically right as we drop our episode, it's confirmed that Frankie signs a 10-year extension of $341 million, and that's a boatload of money, makes him the highest paid shortstop in Major League Baseball, one of the highest paid players in Major League Baseball history as well. Like I said, it was a lot of back and forth because initially Steve Cohen was all in and said, hey, we'll go 10 years, 325. Lindor's camp said, hey, we want 12 years, 385, and they essentially met in the middle with 10 years. And to me, I love this deal because I think it's a move that proves that Steve Cohen isn't messing around. Right. Like, he made this deal, and the owner of the Mets said, you know what, we're going to do whatever we can to lock this guy up and have a face of the franchise player, because you haven't had that since David Wright. And not to take anything away from David Wright, he was a hard-nosed player, just, did his job out there with class and with dignity. With Frankie Lindor, this dude goes out there and he balls out and he does it with flash. And I love that. And I feel like he's going to be a gravitational or a gravitating sort of figure for New York baseball now.
I completely agree. Everything about him is a breath. Everything about this team this year is a breath of fresh air, right? From the ownership to the signings that they've had to just the way that they're approaching everything. And I think it's the top down approach from just having Steve Cohen and Sandy kind of like running the ship. And you couldn't have said it better with the face of the franchise, because I think like most teams do, you go in phases, right? So you had your David Wright era, and then more recently you've had your Jacob deGrom, like Michael Conforto era, right? Like these guys are trying to, do it. And I think, in the last few years, like Pete Alonso has done a great role of like being that face of the franchise, like making a name for himself and playing super well. But if you're talking like a big ticket guy, like who every baseball fan knows, Lindor is your guy, right?
Yeah.
And to lock him up for a decade in his prime, that's baseball 101 right there.
Well, and the thing is that there's going to be a huge open market for shortstops here come next season. And I was talking about this on my show here late last week. I have no problem with the number of years that they gave him, because it's going to be a super uber competitive market for shortstops. You got to lock this dude up. You just have to. Like, that's the bottom line. You have to keep him in New York for as long as humanly possible, because he's got the talent, he's got the goods, he's got the smile, he's got everything. He's got the makings of being a franchise ball player out there.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So really exciting to see them starting off the season, aside from the loss last night, with some, encouraging signs in other areas. Like, I'm not going to, harp on one game, but, we'll see where it goes.
Who started off the season on the wrong note too?
Oh.
Basically, you could go with a list of 15, 16 other ball clubs in Major League Baseball, but it was the Cleveland Indians who started off the season last week on the wrong foot, and they lost 3-2 on opening day to the Detroit Tigers. So there's a Cleveland Indians radio show host by the name of Bruce Drennan, okay? And he has a radio show, which is a live call-in talk show on the network Bally Sports Great Lakes. And Bally Sports is now a big thing here, there, and everywhere. But his show is called Drennan Live, okay? And he takes post-game calls about what just happened in the ball game. And the Indians ended up losing 3-2, as I mentioned, to the Tigers, right? So naturally, there were some Cleveland fans who are a little ticked off, a little uneasy, a little uncertain with what's going to happen to the future of the franchise. They had just lost Francisco Lindor in the offseason. They lost Carlos Carrasco. There's really an implosion going on with the franchise right now. But Bruce Drennan laid in to the caller and basically gave the roast of a lifetime to a caller.
You can just simply pitch around Ramirez, keep walking him, don't give him anything to hit. The next guy, the good pitches down the middle he won't swing at, but the ball's down around his ankles. He hits the shortstop into a double play. This has been going on for 2 years.
Right. I guess you missed a lot of the games that Reyes hit in the clutch last year, huh?
No.
Oh, yeah. You're an idiot. You're an idiot and you don't know baseball. No, you are an idiot. Listen, you're going to tell me you are judging. You don't know anything. You don't know squat, you stupid idiot. You're going to tell me you're going to make a judgment on the season after one game in 30-degree weather? That proves what an ignoramus you are. Get off our show. Fair weather idiot. All right, we're going to move on here.
Here's my favorite part of that is that he brought back the word ignoramus. Who says that anymore?
I didn't even catch that part because I was just laughing at the ridiculousness of the whole thing from start to finish. And my God, like that's taking things to a new level. Like a new level, you're going to make a judgment on the season after a game in 30-degree weather. You're a fair weather idiot. You moron.
So I'm impressed that he kept it together through the end, like through the completion of the guy's rant before he started going off on
The
him.
other
Normally
guy started going off too, back and forth. Like it was just both of them just going at each other, dude.
who does he sound like? He sounds like somebody. I can't put my finger on it though.
Fair weather idiot.
I have no idea. Who does he sound like?
He's like he has like such that raspy, like distinctive voice almost. I can't put my finger on
I
it.
have no idea. He sounds like Bruce
listen,
Brennan.
No, but right, but that clip that reminds me of like that's the new Bill O'Reilly like F it, we'll do it live.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Or that's like it sounds like
fair weather idiot.
it's something that Francesa would probably go after or say
yeah.
to a fan. What are you, a moron? Are you a fair weather idiot? Don't tell me that this team is not going to win 50 games, okay?
Are you doing Francesa or Russo?
I can do them both. Do you want me to try?
like at the same time.
Hey, I'm Mike. This guy's calling in. He says that the Yankees are going to go. They're going to win 93 games this year. That's ridiculous, okay? There's no way that this team wins 93 games. Anybody who says that is a moron. Okay? They're a moron. Back after this. That was
They're fair weather idiot.
It wasn't my best work, but
No, that's all right.
Just I'd like to think that I can do an impression of them just ever so slightly, like a C-rated impression of the two of them.
Your Mad Dog isn't that bad. Your Chris Russo is pretty good.
Chris Russo is fairly good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got that in the bag. That Nickelodeonian that people are watching. Who's watching that Nickelodeonian?
So Fair Weather Idiot is going into the sound bank with Nickelodeonian. It's going in with the Texas Attorney sound clips. It's going in with a bunch of other things I'm sure we have stored in there.
Jim Boeheim snorting at the podium for some reason.
Jim Boeheim, yes. Dude, this is good. 27 shows in, and we're already building up our soundbite catalog.
I wish we still had it on here. I mean, I still have it somewhere, but Boeheim just snorting at the podium like that. Disgusting.
He's such a mess.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
It's so terrible. Just
Do you know who's
so
also disgusting? So, and I know this is a very baseball heavy show today, but I mean, it's opening day. It's the start of America's
Wait,
pastime.
are you going to say? Are you going to suggest a baseball player or somebody is disgusting?
Oh, yes, I am. So after watching the Mets be the Mets last night,
Yeah.
I had MLB Network on, and who comes featured on the screen but Bryce Harper, who used to be, I guess, the pretty boy of the major leagues.
Good looking guy. Yeah. Okay.
Not what I saw last night.
Really?
He looks like he's from the backwoods of North Dakota, off the beaten path, living in a cabin with his 4 dogs.
Driving a Subaru.
He is a hot mess and a half. Like, so he basically took this, I'm Bryce Harper, I could do whatever I want because I'm being paid tens of millions of dollars to hit a baseball and to be the face of the franchise.
Yeah.
He looks gross.
And it's that bad?
He just got me thinking, like, what? Like, he's not the first athlete to do this. They either will go from the clean shaven look to the I'm just going to grow it out and look like a shaggy dog look, or vice versa.
Yeah.
And he was the I guess the depending on how you look at it, he went from clean cut to raggedy.
I don't think he looks that bad though.
Oh, I guess I'm just not a fan of the style. I mean, this is the guy who also never grows out a beard. Talking to
That's true.
You're right. So I guess I'm a little biased in that regard, but it got me thinking though. Like I said, he's not the first athlete to have done this whole makeover to themselves,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, fair enough.
So we should rate like 10 athletes who we think made a either good hair decision or a bad hair decision in a new segment where we're calling Hair or Nair.
I love it.
right?
I love it. Way to set it up that way.
Because in case you don't know, if you want to get rid of some hair, you throw some Nair on and you're going to burn it off your skin, essentially.
And we've got to agree on these, right? It's essentially like a match game where we decide hair or Nair. And if we have, if we both agree Nair, then we get the point. If we don't, and it's the opposite of each other, then we don't get the point.
Yes, and if you're listening, obviously it might be a little tough to visualize.
No. We've got
these people.
This. I work in radio for a living. I know how to do this stuff. Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
Excuse
Okay.
me. All right.
Who's first?
Do you want to start with Bryce Harper?
Let's start with Bryce Harper.
Okay. Bryce Harper. Okay.
Bryce Harper.
Me too. Okay. All right. Hair or Nair for Bryce Harper?
Wait. So Nair is like they look better clean shaven, right? They should get rid of it.
Yeah, like you just don't like the way they look.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going with mine. I went with hair. Naturally, you would go with Nair. Naturally, you would go with Nair. Okay, so there we go. We're 0 for 1. We're off to a hell of a start right now. Excellent. All right, Jacob deGrom, hair or Nair? Do we like the hair? Do we dislike the hair? You went with Nair and I'm going with hair? Are you kidding me? Jacob deGrom's flow is so good, man.
No, it's good, but he's a better player without it. He's had his better years without the hair.
He's a Cy Young Award winner. He can do whatever the hell he wants.
No. Okay, shut it. He's won the Cy Young without the hair.
God.
Get out of here.
This is going to go great today. All right, hair or Nair for Randy Johnson. Baseball Hall of Famer Randy Johnson. Oh my God!
Get out of here with that.
You went with hair?
Get out of here.
Of course, I'm going to go with Nair. You want to talk about a guy who looked like a grizzly, kind of gross, slimy guy?
He won the World Series with the hair.
So what? He looks terrible with hair like that.
No, I think that's classic Randy Johnson.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
All right.
Coco Crisp, former Major League Baseball player who sometimes had some absolutely crazy hair. Hair or Nair? Oh my God, we're disagreeing again. You went with hair, I went with Nair. I think it was too much. It was way too much.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I think that's such a good look.
I don't think it was a look that really fared him.
All right.
Gosh, this
Stylist.
is terrible. God, I'm the one that knows all this stuff too. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not a hair person. Hair or Nair? Troy Polamalu. No, come on. This has got to be hair. Exactly.
That's the easiest one.
Hair for both of us. Exactly.
Only the best head of hair in
How
sports.
sexy is Troy Polamalu?
Well, I wasn't going to use that word, but if you're going to that length,
my God, he's such
watch out, Bruno Mars.
Good-looking guy. And he just has that air about him and the hair about him.
The air of the hair.
Oh my God.
No Nair for that hair.
Talking about a good-looking guy, Troy Polamalu. Ooh.
Fair head of hair.
All right, next one. Justin Turner, hair or Nair? Hey!
There we go.
We both went
now we're
with
getting
Nair.
somewhere.
Excellent. Both going with Nair.
He I don't know. He just looks like too much of a grizzly.
He looks like a mess, man.
He's an a-hole too.
You just don't like him because of the whole COVID
I don't like
thing.
him. Yeah, I'm not going to like him because of that. He's an idiot.
Well, yeah, but we're not judging people based on their personality and their stupidity. We're judging people based on how good they look with the long hair or with the beard or with everything.
Regardless, in my unbiased opinion, he looks like a grizzly with it.
All right, fair enough. Next one. Clay Matthews. Hair or Nair? Hair, yes, hair for
There we go.
Now we're getting somewhere.
I mean, he's kind of like, he doesn't touch Troy Polamalu, but like talking about football players with some locks, like, yeah,
Golden
you could
locks.
rock it.
Golden locks. Just the flow, the beauty of it.
Goes well with that. Oh, he's on the Packers?
Yeah, he was on the Packers.
Yeah, so the golden locks with the green and the gold uniforms.
Yeah,
there you go.
See, just a nice. Okay, I get where you're going.
See, I got style. I got
dig
style.
This. I dig this. All right, next one. Shaun White, hair or Nair? Hair.
There
and
we
hair.
go. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yes. Like, Shaun White's hair is iconic, right?
Oh, absolutely.
They don't call him the flying tomato for nothing.
Yeah. I mean, he's a carrot top, but in like the good way. He's a carrot
It's a
top.
carrot top. He is the flying tomato, right?
I thought you were just pulling that one out of the air, but
No, I'm pretty sure Shaun White is known as the flying tomato.
it's a great nickname.
I'm pretty sure that's his nickname. But regardless, I feel like there was a time for, I can't remember what Olympic Games. It was, God, was it 20? I'm not gonna even bother trying to figure out what Olympic Games it was. Like the Vancouver Olympic Games in 2010. That's when he had his super long locks, okay? And that's when it was just crazy. I remember seeing him actually walking through the confines of the International Broadcast Center and just being like, yes, this guy's got it. But then he got rid of
Wait.
it after a while.
Wait, so can a guy like that at that level of his career, like in his prime, can he just go walking through a broadcast center without anybody stopping him?
Oh, I'm sure there were people that were stopping him, but
I would, or like he has security with him or something. Like
good-looking
he
guy.
was arguably the celebrity of a handful of Olympics.
yeah,
you
I know. All right, 4 and 4. 4 hair, 4 nair. 2 to go. 2 left. This list of 10. Noah Syndergaard. Hair or nair? Oh, you would go with hair and I would go with nair.
Not a fan of Thor?
No, for some reason it just doesn't do it for me. I think it's just because he embraces that Thor-esque sort of character with the hair, and there's just something about it just doesn't do it for me.
You've seen the Thor movies though, right?
No, I haven't, but that's okay.
Oh, that's why. I feel like you would appreciate it if you saw.
Well, no, I
Thor.
understand. I know what Thor looks like. I understand there's the whole, inside, not joke, but the look with it, but I'm just not digging that look.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're trying to compare him to Chris Hemsworth, there is something to.
Yeah,
That's a tough match.
Says the guy who says Jacob deGrom has bad hair. Okay.
Okay, no. Listen, Jacob deGrom did not have bad hair. I like him better without it.
God. Anyway, we've got one more.
All right.
4 for hair, 5 for nair. Our final one. We're going way back. Oscar Gamble. Hair or nair? We both went with hair.
There we go.
Excellent. That's a great way to end it. 5 and 5. Hair or nair?
I had to look him up because I couldn't visualize it, but yeah, that is a good head of hair.
That's iconic, okay? That's an iconic head of hair.
Oh, you think so?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just the fact that he could barely fit that head in, the baseball hat. Like, I mean, just the fact that it's going out everywhere, and it was such a 70s and 80s look. Oh my gosh, Oscar Gamble had it. He had it made, man.
Here's the thing about this, though. We got more people to talk about because, like, I know we just did 10, but, like, I'm talking Mark McGwire, Mike Piazza, Mookie Wilson. Like, we got to go through, like, there's more, like, Larry Fitzgerald. There's a lot of guys out here who we need to talk about their locks and if they're good or not.
Okay, Larry Fitzgerald.
Wait, no.
Great.
Oh, well, no, not right
Mark
now. Like,
McGwire.
we'll bring this back. Oh, God. Don't
who are we
ruin
looking
it.
at? I don't know. Who else?
Mike Piazza.
Mike Piazza. Oh God. Who else?
Oh, get out of here with that. Get out of here with that.
No, I'm right. Mike Piazza. I'm
There
not
we
saying I'm
go.
not. No. I'm saying that ding is showing that I'm right. It doesn't necessarily mean that Piazza has the good hair.
No.
God, who else had really good hair back in the day? Major League Baseball or otherwise.
Mookie Wilson? Didn't he have that?
I don't think he had any
Maybe,
crazy
I don't know. I can't
hair.
visualize it.
No, I don't think he had any crazy hair.
We'll find some more people. We'll bring it back. There's been plenty of athletes out there across sports that have had arguably good and arguably bad heads of hair that we will revisit at a later date.
Steve Nash has some terrible looking hair. It looks like he took a Flowbee to it.
A what?
A Flowbee? You don't know what a Flowbee is?
What the hell's a Flowbee?
How have you lived almost 30 some odd years and not know what a
Over
Flowbee
30
is?
years.
Well, I know that. 30 some odd years, excuse me. And not know what a Flowbee is.
have not a clue.
Did you not watch infomercials back in 1994 at all?
No, I was too busy watching Power Rangers.
God, so was I, but I also saw the infomercials too. So
What's a Flowbee?
A Flowbee is essentially a do-it-yourself hair care product where you just take almost a hose essentially, and it's got like clippers on it, right? And you just like essentially vacuum over your hair, and sometimes it gives you a good haircut, sometimes it doesn't. I remember my uncle, who had a Flowbee back in the early 90s, gave me a haircut. I'm pretty sure my mom wanted to kill him afterwards because it just chopped off all of my hair. But he gave himself a nice Flowbee haircut all the time, and it worked out for him. So
A Flowbee sounds like a car.
a Flowbee sounds like a car. No, it doesn't.
It just has like a very like automobile kind of a name. It doesn't sound like a DIY product. I've literally never heard of this before.
Yeah, I can't believe you've never heard of it, because to me, I remember it used to be just, it was, I want to say it was a big thing back in the day, but it was kind of a big thing. And if I'm not mistaken, you may have actually hooked it up to your shop vac. I could be wrong on that, but it was,
What?
I'm not even kidding when I say it was a hose with clippers on it, and you just basically, it would suck the hair, and it would clip the hair and trim the hair for you
my
at the same
God.
time.
They have the 90s commercial. They actually still sell it.
They still sell it?
Dude, Flowbee.com.
I'm pretty sure this was a thing that kind of came back into the realm of the public eye, because George Clooney recently said something about how he used to give himself Flowbee haircuts, or maybe still does give himself Flowbee haircuts.
Okay, that's terribly depressing, because the guy has more money than half the people on earth, and he can't get a good barber or a stylist.
Hey.
He has to use this. This thing is currently, well, 2 of them are out of stock. But if you want the entire Flowbee system, it's going to set you back $124.95.
Wow. That much?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
That's for the whole system with like the hose and the blades installed, right? But if you just want the Flowbee Super Mini Vac, $64.95. That's in stock if you're ever so interested. And
What were you saying? Go ahead. Keep going.
this is going to say it all. Made in the USA, made proudly in Kerrville, Texas.
Of course, me too.
That is a oh, you were made in Kerrville?
Just, come on. It can't be as bad as the quarantine haircut I ended up getting.
Oh no.
Last March. I don't remember exactly when it was. Let me see if I can find a photo of it, though, as I'm scrolling through my cellular device. Quarantine did me dirty, okay? And the reason I say it did me dirty is because Courtney and I were both stuck in quarantine, desperately needing, a haircut, essentially. Like, I was really, really struggling for one. I don't remember if this was in April. I don't remember if this was in May. Maybe it was in March. I don't know. But nothing was open. Quite literally, nothing was open, Zensky. So
Right.
The only thing that I had at Courtney's old place, because I was basically stuck with her because of the pandemic and everything that comes with that, were some beard clippers, okay? Just to trim up the beard and the mustache and everything that comes with that. So Courtney has the brilliant idea of giving me a haircut. And I tell her, all right, if you're going to use the guard, that's fine. But if you're not going to use the guard for the trimmer, just the straight blade essentially that vibrates because it's battery operated, just straight up, be careful because that thing's powerful. She says, okay. We go into the kitchen. She's like, all right, here we go. Bzzz. Oh. That's what happened. And that's the sound that I heard from behind. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I don't know where this is going. Courtney says, hold on. Okay, let me do this. Bzz. Oh, no, I can't do this. And I think to myself, hearing those words and hearing that sort of nervous laughter has me a little concerned as to what is going on behind my head. Let me show you what happened
Oh my God.
behind my head.
Oh my God.
If you can see this, 2 giant chunks of hair just gone from my shaggy hair.
Wow.
Just completely, totally botched because she took the guard off of it because she was initially saying that she wasn't getting enough traction, if you will, to get the hair to be shaved with the guard on. So she took the guard off and voila.
Wow.
2 giant just digs into my cranium.
That is a bold story to tell about your fiance 5 months out from the wedding.
It happened.
You got some guts.
We both laughed at it, though. I genuinely
That's
didn't
good.
mind it. Like, it was one of those things where it happened, and I just laughed. And what can you do? Everybody else is in the same sort of, or was in the same sort of situation during the pandemic, not being able to get a haircut. So I was just like, you know what? Whatever. She eventually put the guard back on the clippers and gave me a fairly nice haircut when it was all said and done.
Right.
I'm wondering if I've got a photo of the finished product. I do have a photo of the finished product, but I look like I'm getting a mugshot here, so I don't really want to show it to anybody. But
that's fair.
just trust me on this. She did an exceptional job, all things considered.
That's good. I mean, Jenna did, like, I think all our significant others were all kind of put in the same spot. Like, oh my God, my fiance, my husband looks like Bryce Harper. Like, what can I do to like make them look clean again? And they took one for the team. They picked up the clippers and made a valiant effort. And it sounds like Jenna did a good job and Courtney did a good job. So applause all around.
Well done.
There we go.
Well done, ladies.
Those times are behind us, though. Thankfully, my barber is back open. My wonderful cousin, who's a stylist, just saw her this past weekend. She
Good.
gave me a nice haircut. So
There's a light at the
times.
end of the tunnel, folks.
yes, there is, my friend.
And the next time you're going to hear from us, we're going to have the juice fully injected into us, and we're going to be invincible.
Hulk status, baby. Not quite, but we'll get there.
Yeah. Hey, make sure you rate, subscribe, review wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, like on YouTube, all that stuff. Tell your friends. We want your friends to be our friends too.
We're a family here. This is a good time. This is a welcoming community. We're all about it.
We love everyone.
We do. Hey, you stay classy, my friend.
You stay classy, my friend.
Peace.
See ya.